Q7191. While maintaining the best glide speed, a glider pilot may expect the A. Fastest cross-country speed. B. Longest cross-country flight. C. Loss of the least amount of altitude. The correct answer is B. When a glider is flying at its best glide speed, it is operating at the airspeed that provides the maximum glide ratio. The glide ratio is the ratio of the distance traveled horizontally to the altitude lost during the glide. By maintaining the best glide speed, the glider can cover the greatest horizontal distance for a given loss of altitude. Choosing the best glide speed is crucial for maximizing the glider's performance during a cross-country flight. If the pilot flies at a slower speed, the glide ratio decreases, and the glider covers less distance for each unit of altitude lost. This results in a shorter cross-country flight. On the other hand, if the pilot flies at a faster speed, the glide ratio also decreases, and the glider covers less distance for each unit of altitude lost. While the ground speed may be higher, the overall distance traveled will be shorter due to the increased rate of descent. Therefore, by maintaining the best glide speed, the glider pilot can expect the longest cross-country flight. This speed allows the glider to achieve the maximum efficiency in converting potential energy, altitude, into forward distance, resulting in an extended flight range. 6626, which will improve the response time of a hot air balloon. A. Increased weight. B. Less dense ambient air. C. Increased fuel flow through burner. The correct answer is C. Increasing the fuel flow through the burner of a hot air balloon will improve its response time. In a hot air balloon, the burner is responsible for heating the air inside the envelope, which creates the buoyant force necessary for the balloon to rise. By increasing the fuel flow through the burner, more fuel is burned, resulting in a higher heat output. This, in turn, heats the air inside the envelope more quickly and to a higher temperature. When the air inside the envelope is hotter, it becomes less dense than the surrounding ambient air. This density difference creates the buoyant force that allows the balloon to ascend. By increasing the fuel flow and heating the air faster, the hot air balloon can achieve the desired temperature and buoyancy more quickly. With a faster response time, the hot air balloon can react promptly to changes in altitude and direction. It allows the pilot to control the ascent and descent more effectively, making the balloon more maneuverable and responsive to their inputs. Therefore, increasing the fuel flow through the burner improves the response time of a hot air balloon, enabling quicker adjustments to altitude and direction changes. 6627. The term way off, as used in ballooning, means to determine the A. Standard weight and balance of the balloon. B. Static equilibrium of the balloon as loaded for flight. C. Amount of fuel required for ascent to a pre-selected altitude. The correct answer is B. The term way off in ballooning refers to the process of determining the static equilibrium of the balloon as it is loaded for flight. When preparing a hot air balloon for flight, it is important to ensure that the weight of the balloon, including the envelope, basket, burner, passengers, and any other equipment or payload, is balanced with the lifting force provided by the heated air inside the envelope. Achieving a proper balance is crucial for safe and controlled flight. During a way-off, the balloon is typically secured to the ground or a fixed point while loaded with the necessary equipment and fuel for flight. The balloon is then adjusted by adding or removing ballast, such as sandbags, until it reaches a state of static equilibrium. In this state, the upward force generated by the hot air inside the envelope is equal to the downward force exerted by the weight of the balloon and its contents. By determining the static equilibrium through a way-off, the pilot ensures that the balloon is neither too heavy nor too light for safe flight. It helps establish the proper weight and balance configuration to achieve stable and controlled flight characteristics. Therefore, the term way-off in ballooning refers to the process of determining the static equilibrium of the balloon as it is loaded for flight, ensuring that the weight of the balloon is properly balanced with the lifting force provided by the heated air. 6628. The lifting force acting on a hot air balloon is primarily the result of the interior envelope temperature being A. Equal to ambient temperature, B. Greater than ambient temperature, C. Less than surrounding air temperature. The correct answer is B. The lifting force acting on a hot air balloon is primarily the result of the interior envelope temperature being greater than the ambient temperature. Hot air balloons work on the principle that hot air is lighter than cool air. When the air inside the envelope of a hot air balloon is heated, it becomes less dense and therefore provides an upward buoyant force. This buoyant force allows the balloon to rise and float in the air. To generate the lifting force, the air inside the envelope must be heated to a temperature higher than the surrounding ambient temperature. This temperature difference creates a density imbalance between the hot air inside the envelope and the cooler air outside. The lighter hot air inside the envelope then displaces the denser cool air, resulting in an upward force. By maintaining the interior envelope temperature at a level greater than the ambient temperature, the hot air balloon generates a sufficient lifting force to overcome the weight of the balloon, basket, passengers, and any other payload. This allows the balloon to ascend and maintain flight. Therefore, the lifting force acting on a hot air balloon is primarily the result of the interior envelope temperature being greater than the ambient temperature. 6629. The part of a balloon that bears the weight of the balloon and its payload is the A. Load tapes, B. Load cables, C. Envelope material. The correct answer is A. The part of a balloon that bears the weight of the balloon and its payload is the load tapes. Load tapes are strong and durable straps or tapes that are attached to the envelope of a balloon. They are specifically designed to bear the weight of the balloon and its payload, which includes the basket, burners, fuel, passengers, and any other equipment or cargo carried during the flight. Load tapes are typically made of high-strength materials such as nylon or Kevlar to ensure their reliability and ability to withstand the stress and load imposed on them. They are strategically attached to the envelope and are evenly spaced around its circumference to distribute the weight evenly and maintain the structural integrity of the balloon. During flight, the load tapes bear the tension and weight forces generated by the load, keeping the balloon stable and supporting the entire weight of the system. They play a crucial role in maintaining the shape and integrity of the balloon envelope, ensuring safe and controlled flight. Therefore, the load tapes are the part of a balloon that bears the weight of the balloon and its payload.